When it comes to composite deckings, there's lots of choices, but to finish it and make it beautiful, you need things such as railings and lights. And to show us a little bit about that is Chris Erskine with Parr Lumber. So Chris, tell us a little bit about how we can make our deck beautiful.
Well, that's a really good point, David. I'm telling you, the decking itself, there's so much creativity that you can do with the deck boards themselves. But when you get to the railing, sky's the limit. And there's so many different options, it will just boggle the mind. The primary companies out there, the decking companies, also offer railing. I mean, so TimberTech and Trex, they offer comparable railings with their decking. So whether you want to match the color exactly or you want to be a contrast color, either way, you can do that. Now, over here to my left, you have TimberTech. And they've got what I like to call the party railing. And that's basically, it's called Builder Rail. And they use a piece of decking to put across the top. And I call it party railing because you can set a plate up there or a drink, right? So that's the purpose of having a deck, to be out and enjoy it. So then you come up, you have what's called an ornamental railing, which is kind of their first run. This is what it used to look like. It looks nice. It looks good. It looks more like what the composite decking used to look like. Then you step up to what's called Radiance Rail, which is their newest offering. It's more tied into the PVCs or the capstock type of decking. The great thing about this, it's a sleeve system, meaning that there's natural product underneath this. There's
so it's not solid plastic.
You're exactly right. There are actually 4x4 posts under this. You'll sleeve over top of it to give you that structural capability. Comes in kits, very simple, I think, to put together. Maybe your first section will take you a little bit of time.
Maybe not for me.
You take a little bit of time, but after that, your next sections will get easier. They'll get faster.
And you mentioned structural, so these are all structural, and they meet all the code for regardless of height. So it's not ornamental.
Exactly. They're not just for looks. They are very functional as well. And so you can get them in 4 foot or 3 foot. I mean, they're going to meet all your codes. All your requirements are there. And then when you have accents, like over here beside you, you have lights. That's something that's just a nice look. It's a different look out on your deck. It's kind of an ambiance. You know, it's not a direct light. It's not a floodlight coming on. So TimberTech does a great job of offering different types of lights for your deck, and it really gives you a different look.
And how does the lighting system work in this? I don't see
right, and that's a good thing because, like I said earlier, that's a sleeve system, and all of it's low voltage wiring, and it actually runs underneath your sleeves here, and it runs underneath your top rail as a cap. So no wire showing.
And being low voltage, I wouldn't have to have an electrician work on that process.
There'll be a transformer that you can buy, and a transformer will run several lights at one time, so it's a very easy system to install.
That's really nice. Where does this kind of compare with wood products?
As far as like longevity, of course, just like composite and PVC decking, it's going to give you a lifetime of pleasure to use. You're not going about there staining it and doing that type of thing. Pricing, same type of thing. You're about double the amount. But you know, you have to use the same philosophy as you do with your composite decking. You know, there's also things you really want to step it up. There's glass panels that are available too. You can stick glass panels in there. So I like to say that way you can see your rail and not see it. You can only see it when you want to see it. There's cable railing that's available. I mean, the options are limitless, and they're everywhere. And so I would recommend you come to any one of your Parr Lumber locations, sit down with one of the Parr Lumber staff members and go through it and just pick the best railing for your project.
That sounds like great advice to me, so you heard it here. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.